So last week on 3 Minute Thursdays, we talked about self-sabotage and how sometimes we can be our own worst enemy, what self-sabotage looks like. But today we're going to talk about how you can get rid of self-sabotage for good. Ultimately, self-sabotage stops us from achieving the desires and the goals that we want in our life, and that serves no one. Self-sabotage is a way in which your subconscious mind and your not logical part and your logical mind are disconnected. So subconsciously, you're like, I really want that Starbucks because it looks good and that's what I want. But consciously, you're like, I really need to save money and spend better and improve my spending habits. But somehow you self-sabotage and you spend even though you know in the long run it's not good for you. I'm not here to judge if you got that extra drink at Starbucks or if you've self-sabotaged in other ways. I'm here to tell you that you can conquer it and you can move forward with success. So with self-sabotage, it not only includes thoughts, but it includes actions or behaviors. And so the first step to conquer self-sabotage for good is to identify why you're self-sabotaging. Get to the root of it. Why is it that you won't go after your goals? Why is it that you're drinking instead of solving your problems? Why is it that you get really, really far, but then you give up? Why is it that you're procrastinating? Remember last week that I shared a lot of the reason that we self-sabotage is because we don't believe that we're good enough or we're fearful of the outcome if we go after what it is we desire. When you're able to get to the root of the problem, then you can tackle that piece. So instead of saying, well, I just really don't have goals because I don't want them, getting to the root of, well, I don't set goals because I'm scared that if I set them, I actually won't succeed and it makes me feel disappointed. Then you can address the root of the problem, not what you think the problem is. The second step to stopping self-sabotage is being able to commit to changing your behavior. A lot of times we have routines and patterns and behaviors that we practice out of familiarity or out of comfortability. And the truth is, when we're trying to break free of self-sabotage, we have to commit to breaking free of those routines and those habits that no longer serve us. So when you think about what it is that you really want to achieve and what area of your life you self-sabotage, you want to identify what patterns of behavior you need to incorporate in order to succeed and which patterns of behavior you need to remove in order to succeed. Only through self-reflection will you gain the necessary insight, understanding, and self-reflection that you need to make significant changes. And so in order to understand what behavioral shifts you need to make in your life, you're going to have to dig deep and reflect on what patterns are working for you, which ones aren't. Reflect on how it makes you feel and how you would feel if you accomplished what it is you desire to accomplish. Now, I don't mean reflect like take a nap. I mean, reflect like journal your thoughts, process your thoughts with a trusted friend so that you can really start to understand more about yourself in total and whole, and understand what's below the surface, and more importantly, how you can make those transformations that you need. The most successful people in the world are willing to sit with themselves and, more importantly, learn from themselves. The next step that you need to take to stop self-sabotaging behavior is to affirm yourself. A lot of times the reason we sabotage is because we're lacking our own self-kindness, we're lacking self-esteem, and we don't believe that we're worthy of what it is we want to accomplish. And so adding in affirmations as a regular practice can help to remind you of your value. I read a recent research study that said affirmations can actually help to rewire your brain because affirmations speak to your subconscious mind, letting you believe that you can accomplish what you're affirming within yourself. More importantly, affirmations inform your decisions and your steps. And so if you're saying to yourself, I, Dr. Nicolia, am successful at handling money and I don't spend frivolously, then you're going to in turn start to believe that and start to reenact that in your life. But if in your mind you believe that you're lazy with money, you're always in debt, debt is the only option, this is how it's always going to be, then in turn your outer world is also going to reflect that. So when you're wanting to stop self-sabotage, affirm yourself with positive statements that remind you that you are worthy, that your dreams matter, and more importantly, that you can actually accomplish what it is you desire. The process of stopping self-sabotage is not always easy. But the truth is, it is always worth it, because if we can get out of our own way, think about what doors and opportunities and events could be opened up for you and how your life could shift. All of us self-sabotage in different ways, but ultimately the impact is still the same, and it's not good. And so if you want to change your life, you must get out of your own way. So now that you understand the process and the steps to self-sabotage, I want you to step into your power, knowing that all of these steps are not something that you can't do. In fact, I give you practical tips and strategies because I know firsthand that it's possible. These are tips and strategies that I've not only used for myself, but I've used with my clients and my daughters and other family members and friends. And so I know it's very possible for you as well. What would your life look like if you stopped sabotaging your own success? Comment below and let me know. And until next time, I'll chat with you guys later.